Dude, so we got the Focus G, new case. I think it's gonna be a game changer, like at 50 bucks. Kyle, focus.
Isn't AMD Ryzen just the best?
Kyle, focus.
Oh, yeah, hold on, let me fix that. There we go.
Damn it.
Over here, sexy.
Kyle, focus.
Got it!
That's okay, I'll just Netflix while you guys chill.
The Focus G from Fractal Design is a new budget case done right. Click the link in the description for more info.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So today I'm taking a look at and actually installing this security camera kit from the folks over at Onwote, O-N-W-O-T-E. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a Chinese company, as indicated by the verbiage in the user's manual. But this is actually a personal purchase for the new office because we have a lot of expensive stuff in here, computer parts, tons of hardware, camera equipment that needs to be protected. And for my own peace of mind, I decided that it was time to install a security camera system. So we went with this one. It's a locally capturing system instead of storing it off to the cloud or something like that, where you have like a monthly subscription sometimes. I was kind of sketched out by that idea. I kind of like all the stuff that's being recorded saved locally on a hard drive, for example, and that's exactly what we have here. We're going to be explaining a lot of the other features that come along with this kit as well. I picked this up off of Amazon for about 300 bucks, and I think one of you guys recommended it to me, so thank you to whoever that was. But this is just the retail packaging. Why don't we go ahead and talk about everything that comes included with this set. So for starters, we have an HD NVR kit. NVR stands for Network Video Recorder. This unit actually comes included with a 2 terabyte hard drive, so we don't even need to crack it open. And on the back, we've got some antennas that are adjustable and a couple I/O here. You've got your VGA and HDMI out. You can take your pick. You will need to hook this up to a monitor to be able to see what your cameras are seeing, unless you're using like your mobile app or something like that, and we'll go over that in just a bit. You've got a WAN port for connecting this unit to your router, a USB port for mouse functionality, and your DC power. And that's pretty much it. It's a very simple little box with a couple other accessories here. We've got an Ethernet cable, which is pretty short. This is again to connect your NVR unit to your router. The dinkiest little mouse that I've ever seen. It probably weighs 2 grams. It has left and right click and a scroll wheel. The scroll wheel actually does have a click itself, but it's, you know, whatever. At least they include it, I guess, for people who don't have a better mouse lying around. Now, this unit actually comes with 4 cameras, and it's an 8-channel kit, which means you could expand it up to 8 cameras if you wanted to. Since I only have 3 office rooms at this new studio, I only need 3 cameras. So actually, I've left one of them in the box, but rest assured it does come included with 4. Here's a look at the camera itself. It's white and with some black trim around the front there. It's quite stylish, and it looks like it'll blend in quite nicely with our walls, as they are also white. These cameras, I believe the resolution is 960p, so it's not full 1080p, but should be enough for our use. I'll be showing you guys some actual footage later on so you can get a look at the quality that these guys are able to pump out. Night vision is also supported, so up to 80 feet of night vision, which is pretty cool. I don't think any of our rooms are nearly that long or wide or whatever, so that should be totally fine. It also comes included with wireless antennas for the cameras. You just screw it in to the back of each one, and this is basically going to allow you to connect the cameras to the NVR unit wirelessly, so you don't actually need to route any cables from the cameras to the NVR unit, which is great. You still do need power though. Each of the cameras has its own power source, a la these AC adapters, so we will have to find a way later on to kind of mask those and keep it from looking absolutely horrendous. But for the most part, half of the cables that are typically found with traditional security camera kits are now removed, so that's kind of nice. You also get a bunch of mounting accessories for mounting the cameras to either the wall or the ceiling. We actually don't have a real ceiling. We have a drop ceiling here at this office, so we're gonna have to be mounting them to the walls, but more on that later. And finally, you get a user's manual, which hopefully does not suck, because this is my first time ever installing a security camera system in any shape or form. So hopefully this all goes smoothly. On that note, we can go ahead and start connecting things. I think before we start drilling holes in walls and mounting these suckers, we should probably do some sort of a test boot just to make sure that none of these are defective, because that would really suck if we were already set up and then we ran into those issues. So let's go ahead and get things connected. All right, folks, test boot complete. And a huge success, might I add. The setup initially only took me about 5 minutes, which is pretty good. Obviously, we haven't mounted the cameras or anything. That would take a little bit longer. But just to get everything connected and to get the camera feeds actually showing up on the monitor here, about 5 minutes in total. Very quick and straightforward process. Like I said earlier, you basically just connect the NVR unit to the router, which we've done with the included Ethernet cable. And then we've got our peripheral. So a Myonix mouse is actually my mouse because the included one sucks, and the monitor over here. It doesn't actually fill up the entire screen, but that's totally fine. You can still see everything pretty clearly. In fact, the image quality is better than I expected. Maybe it's because it's shrunk down a little bit, but it looks pretty clear, all things considered. Very nice quality, very pleased so far. And then we've got our 3 cameras here, tethered only by their AC power cords and nothing else. And the best part about this setup, though, was that it has this automatic pairing feature. So as soon as you plug in things, as soon as you just power everything up and connect the peripherals and stuff, it automatically syncs up and shows you the camera feed. You don't have to do any sort of other syncing. It's completely on the fly and automatic, and it's awesome. So I think at this point, we are ready to start mounting these guys to their permanent locations, and then figure out some way to conceal these black wires, the AC power cables. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that by the end of this video. We might have to order some like cable channels or whatever from Amazon and wait for those to come in. But at the very least, we can get these set up, get it all functional and working, and show you guys some of the cool features that come along with this kit, because there are many. So let's do that now. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. All right, guys, installation is complete. All 3 cameras were installed successfully, and it seems to be working just fine. We've got visuals on all 3 of our little suites here. The storage room, which is currently black and white because there's not much light going on here, so that's sort of the night vision taking over. Then we've got our main office. You can see Wifey Sauce on camera right now, and part of me and the screen that we're looking at. And then, of course, the workshop area, the workshop room over there, which is completely empty right now. But everything's looking really good, and I wanted to kind of talk about some of the main features of this kit and what it offers, many of which you guys will probably find useful if you're in the market for a security camera system yourself. First off, we've got night vision. Night vision works superbly, at least in our little storage unit here. Granted, it's a smaller room, but according to the manual and all the specs and stuff, you can get pretty much up to 80 feet of visibility in the dark. Now, we haven't tested that ourselves, but from what I can tell in our smaller storage room, it works really well. You can pretty much make out the facial features of whoever's in there. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be using these security cameras at night or in darker places, so it's nice to know that you're covered in that area. Additionally, we've got live view, so you can actually watch a live feed of these cameras pretty much anytime, anywhere in the world, as long as you connect the NVR unit to your router. And that's one thing that I forgot to mention earlier, is that you don't have to connect the NVR to your router, unless you want to do live view and things like that. So live view right now it's synced up to my phone right now through the mobile app. It's working beautifully. There's very little latency, not that it matters too much in this sort of situation, but I can pretty much tap on any of the channels, watch it in full screen, switch between them very easily. It's pretty seamless. It's a really nice experience. The UI on the app is pretty solid as well. And I do appreciate the versatility and the fact that you can also watch a live stream via your PC. So if you wanted to, you can fire up Internet Explorer. I know it's not our favorite web browser by any means, but it is the only one supported, I believe, according to the manual. So it's nice to know that you can watch your feeds live on a PC as well. It's also worth noting that apart from live view, you can also go back in time and do some video playback on either your PC or your mobile device, which is pretty sweet. Now there is a feature in here that I'm still a little unclear on, which is the USB video backup. So if you want to back up some footage that was previously recorded onto a USB flash drive, you can do that according to the manual by sticking in a drive into the only USB port on the NVR unit, which is confusing because then how do you use the mouse? I'm sort of at a loss right now. I have to do some more investigating, but it seems like you do need a mouse in order to select the files that you want to back up onto the flash drive, but you only have one USB port, so I'm a little unclear on that. Hopefully I can figure out some answers for you guys and drop them in the comments should they arise. On top of that, I'd say the most important or the most valuable feature that I found, at least for me personally, is the ability to send yourself alarms in a various number of ways whenever motion is detected. So on video detection, you can see here you can select whichever channel that you want to apply these settings to. You can actually detect more than just motion. There's alarm input if you have a connected alarm, which I don't know too much about, or video loss. Let's say you lose signal for whatever reason or the power goes out, you can also receive an alarm for that as well. There's sensitivity options, so anywhere from lowest to highest. Let's say you have security cameras outside of your front door and you don't want every little leaf blowing in the wind to set off an alarm, then you can set it on a lower sensitivity that way. There's also alarm duration and the way that you receive alarms. There's the alarm itself, again, if you connect your own alarm, a buzzer. Apparently the NVR unit itself can emit a buzz whenever this alarm is triggered, which is not too useful, especially if you're wanting to get these notifications while you're away. But there is the option to receive email notifications with an attached screenshot of whatever the cameras picked up at that time. So if there's a perpetrator that walks into your office or your home, you'll actually get an email notification with a picture of them attached to it, which is super cool. And finally, you can receive notifications or alarms through your smartphone or mobile device through the mobile app. Arming time is pretty self-explanatory. You can pretty much just set your own schedule for when these alarms are sent out and when you get notifications. And finally, we've got area edit. This is actually pretty cool. Let's say you have a security camera out on your porch and there's an American flag waving in the air at all times. You don't want to get triggered, every time the flag is waving, so you can actually block out that area. So the software knows to ignore that particular space, and you won't get hit up every 5 seconds for a stupid flag waving in the air. All of these features make up a pretty robust solution for keeping tabs on your valuables, on your property, and just overall peace of mind that I think I'm gonna really enjoy a lot. So that's pretty much all I have to say for now, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to toss me a like on it. Before you go, you can also check out Bitwit Ultra, my ad-free early access channel for $1.50 a month. The first 2 weeks are completely free and you can back out any friggin' time. Guys, have a good one. I will see you all in the next video.